In his usual tough-talking stance, Chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation, Corporal Ron James, has slammed the police high command for reportedly failing to have overtime payments made to rank-and-file police personnel, despite the government approving such a system to calculate and make the payments. I also want to say to the Police High Command and the Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson, God help you if the membership is not paid their overtime this month, declared James sternly in what appeared to be a direct threat of undeclared action or actions to come. James issued the warning as he addressed the funeral service of slain police constable Damian Blair, which was held at the Old Harbour New Testament Church of God in St. Catherine Town on Saturday. A clearly incensed James said the Federation will not be muzzled, intimidated, nor bamboozled. Over the last developments among itself, the Police High Command and what he termed as the councils of deputies over the continuous issue of overtime payment for rank-and-file police personnel. The Council of Deputies has no moral authority to tell us what to do when a court order what we ought to be paid for overtime work and services, and they should put in place a mechanism to capture hours so that the members can be paid, stated James. I'm not going to negotiate with the High Command. Let the records be clear that the battle lines have been drawn. Speak to the courts, James insisted in relation to the High Command. The Federation has been involved in a long court battle with the government over the issue of the non-payment of compensation for overtime work. In ruling on the matter in June last year, the full court of the Supreme Court ordered that the government should institute a system to capture the actual overtime hours for the rank-and-file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, by March 31st, 2023. In May of this year, Finance and the Public Service Minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, confirmed that the system was developed and said the implementation of the overtime system is now a Ministry of National Security issue. On May 25, 2023, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, who was a guest at the Federation's annual conference in Trelawney, said a new workforce management solution system to calculate overtime payment was being installed but was not yet complete. However, to date, rank-and-file police personnel have not been in receipt of their compensation for overtime work, James has now indicated. Meanwhile, James expressed condolences to the family of Constable Blair, who was allegedly murdered by his wife Casey-Ann Blair on their home in Manchester on May 29, 2023. James urged law enforcers to take precaution against even their loved ones if they are placed in danger by them. Constable Blair, who was shot and then repeatedly hit with a hammer in his head, reportedly had a stormy relationship with his wife for quite some time. Blair was reportedly a long-time victim of domestic violence from his wife, who is said to be in her mid-30s. His wife is presently before the courts on charges of murder and a number of other related offenses. Sleep in peace, Constable Blair. However, I do wonder what kind of action he's alluding to that will take place by the end of this month if officers does not get their retroactive or overtime payments. You see, the funny thing about this is that when the politicians who don't really have to risk their life to do anything is taking this large sum of increase and payments for themselves, what they think was going to happen. All the people them that is working in the civil service areas and so on, they are going to be looking at that, knowing that they can be also paid. and they are going to be wanting their monies. You can't wrong them. Even if they were holding out for how long we have here, we don't have to hold out on this, there's no money there, no money there. Then guess what? When the politician to get their raise, and retroactive too, they get it all lump sum one time, big money drop in the account for the politicians who are not risking their lives doing nothing and not doing much of any work either. The measly evil can read and write and do certain things. Yet they're getting these kinds of pay. But yet still, the officers, the nurses and the doctors have to be scraping at the bottom just to try to survive. Let's see what will happen at the end of the month if they are not get the pay.